Hi everyone, today I'm going to take you through a 20-minute beginner Pilates class. So we're going to start on your mat, lying on your back. So if you've had a chance to listen to my short video clip on the 5 elements of Pilates, the 5 foundations, you'll know all about the 5 key elements, which I'll just take you through quickly now. So we've got breathing, centering, rib cage placement, shoulder blade placement, and head and neck posture. So lying on your back, we're going to start with your knees bent, and we're just going to start finding that neutral position of your spine. So you're going to rock your pelvis forward and back, so flattening your lower back onto the mat, and then forwards, creating a curve, back and forwards just a few times. And then you're going to relax halfway between those 2 movements. So that's what we call your neutral position. So you're halfway between flat and arched. So now we're going to think about your head and neck position. So you're just going to draw that chin slightly down, lengthening through the back of your neck. And then just think about widening through your collarbones, drawing your shoulder blades down and back. And then pop your hands on your rib cage and just think about gently softening through the ribs, making sure your rib cage isn't arched up towards the ceiling with your back away from the floor. You want to draw your rib cage and soften it down towards the floor, keeping that neutral position of your spine. We're then going to think about these deep abdominal muscles. So we're going to imagine you've got a low slung belt around your waist, and you're just gently tightening that belt up to the 3rd notch, just drawing those tummy muscles nice and tight, engaging through the belly button back down towards your spine and lifting up through your pelvic floor. Alright, and then just focus on your breathing. So arms by your side, setting that posture up and just breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Breathing in and breathing out. So all the time as you breathe, you're just focusing on keeping that low level contraction through those deep abdominal muscles. So throughout the class, I want you to focus on always keeping that core control and keep reminding yourself of that posture and those 5 key elements. So we're going to start with an exercise called one leg stretch. So while you maintain your neutral position, while you maintain your head, neck, shoulder blade placement, your core control, you're just going to straighten your right leg and then bring it back, and straighten your left leg and bring it back. So again, it really helps to move with your breath. So you might want to breathe out as you straighten your leg and breathe in as you bring it back. And what we're focusing on is as you straighten your leg, you're trying not to let your back arch away from the floor, and you're still trying to maintain all of those 5 key elements that we spoke about at the beginning. So you're breathing out and you're breathing in, maintaining that core control. Good, and then one more. And then come back. So the next exercise is called scissors. So we're going to take your right leg up into what we call a tabletop position. So 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. So imagine your thigh is the leg of the table and your shin is the top of the table. And then you're going to lower it down, breathing in, breathing out. And you're just going to alternate legs. Again, really focusing on that core control, maintaining those 5 key elements. So often what you'll find is with Pilates, especially in the beginning, it's very easy just to do the movements and think it's very easy and not really feel like you're doing much. But if you focus on maintaining these 5 core elements, you'll find that you are actually working your core fairly hard. And then once you've got these basics right, you can build up into a more intermediate Pilates class. So just alternating once more and then come back down. So the next exercise, we're going to raise your arms up above your head with your hands above your shoulders and hands shoulder width apart. So this is where your rib cage placement is really important. So you're going to breathe out as you lower your arms back, just about 3/4 of the way, and then you're going to do a small circle and come back to the start. So here it's really important that as you take your arms back, you don't let your back arch and your ribs flare. So you're keeping this core control. You're breathing out, and then you're breathing in to circle your arms back to the start. So nice and controlled, keeping that head and neck placement, shoulder blade placement, keeping that centering. Once more, and then lower your arms back down. Alright, now we're going to go into an exercise called hundreds. So it basically means you're doing about 100 pulses with your arms. So you're going to set that neck position, engage your core, lift your arms and just hover them off the floor, and then you're just going to pulse your arms up and down. So breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth, maintaining that shoulder blade placement, drawing in through your lower abdominal and pelvic floor muscles. And then just focus on your breath. So you're going to breathe in for 3 or 4 pulses of your arms, and then you're going to breathe out for 3 or 4 pulses of your arms. Let's just do a few more. So really focusing on that core control, nice shoulder blade placement, and then relax those arms back down again. Alright, so now we're going to go into an exercise called the abdominal prep exercise. It's almost like a little mini sit-up. So you're going to pop your hands behind your head and your elbows nice and wide. So here again it's very easy to let your rib cage flare. So you're going to soften that rib cage, engage your center, and then as you breathe out you're just going to lift your head up and then breathe in as you come back down. Breathing out, breathing in. So you try and keep your head resting in your hands. You keep your elbows wide so you're not drawing your elbows in together. You're really using your abdominals to lift your head and your upper back and shoulders off the mat. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. One more. And relax there. Perfect. Alright, so last 2 exercises on your back. So we're going to do an exercise called hip twist. So here we're focusing on your lower back and your pelvic stability using just one leg at a time. So you're going to just rest your hands on your hips, engage your core. I want you to just drop your right leg out to the side and then come back in, and then your left leg out to the side and then come back in. So here we're really focusing on not letting your trunk move, so you're not rolling your body, and also not letting the other leg move with the moving leg or go out or in. So it's really focusing on just one leg moving out while the other leg stays still, and slowly come back, and then shift the other leg out, and then slowly come back, maintaining that trunk control. Breathing out and breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. So again, you're focusing on all those 5 key elements: head and neck, shoulder blade, rib cage, centering, and your breathing. So the more you practice these beginner exercises, the quicker you'll be able to build up to the higher level exercises. And then relax there. Good. Last exercise on our back, we're going to do bridging. So you're going to bend your knees a little bit more. So here we are actually going to move through your spine. So I want you to roll your pelvis back and flatten your back on the mat. Lift your tailbone and then your bottom, and lift one vertebra up off the floor at a time until you're nice and straight. You're squeezing through your glute muscles, digging your heels into the floor. Your hands are relaxed, you're just resting on your shoulder blades. And then you slowly curl down and take yourself down from the top of your back, down one vertebra at a time until you get to the bottom and you're back to your neutral position again. So again, you're breathing in, engage your core, tilt your pelvis back, squeeze your glutes and roll up nice and slowly. Hold that position, digging through your heels, squeezing through your glutes. And then you're slowly going to roll back down, nice and controlled. And again, rolling back, squeeze and lift. Hold that position. And then slowly roll back down. And then let's just do one more. So you're getting that nice roll up, roll down, really moving through each part of your spine. And then roll down nice and slowly, one vertebra at a time until you come back to the middle. Perfect. So now we're going to roll onto your side. Okay, so just rest yourself on your arm. We're going to start with an exercise called clam. So you're going to have your knees bent. Your body is down the middle of the mat with your feet level with the rest of your body. And then instead of letting your body just sag into the floor, you're going to lengthen that top hip away from you until you have a little gap underneath your waist. Here again, you're going to make sure your back isn't too arched or too bent. So you're finding a neutral position and you're focusing on gently engaging those lower abdominal muscles. So again, still you want to focus on drawing that shoulder blade back, softening through the ribs, keeping your head looking straight forward. Now we're going to do clam, which is working your glute med muscle on the side of your hip. So even though we're working your hip, we're still focusing on that core. So feet stay together, you're just going to lift that top knee up and down, nice and slowly, with control, breathing out as you lift, breathing in as you lower. So here it's really important that you only lift your leg as high as it will go without your body rolling and trying to help, okay? So your shoulders stay facing forwards, your hips stay facing forwards, you're just lifting and lowering at the knee, okay? So again, really focusing on your breathing, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth, and then relax there. Now we're going to just straighten that top leg. So if you look down, your leg shouldn't be in front of you. We want to make sure that it's really in line with the rest of your body, if anything slightly behind you, so that we can activate your glutes. So here again, you're going to draw in those lower abdominal muscles and you're just going to lift that top leg up and down. So again, breathing out as you lift, breathing in as you lower. Making sure that your leg doesn't come forwards and also making sure that you maintain that small curve in your waist so you're not just scrunching up like that. We want it to be a pure hip movement, okay? So nice and slow and controlled. So as you'll see, I can't actually lift my hip that high because I'm isolating it to that one movement rather than moving through my back or using my hip flexor muscles, okay? Let's do one more and then relax, come back to the start. Now we're going to come onto your side. We're going to do a side plank exercise. So your elbows under your shoulder, your hand is resting on the floor, feet together, knees together, and again, instead of just dropping through your shoulder, you're going to really lift through your shoulder, So you're activating your shoulder blade muscles, your head's in the middle, your core's engaged. You're going to push through your bottom arm and through your feet and knees, and then you're just going to lift your hips up in the air. And then if you can put your hand on your hip, then do. Otherwise you can keep it on the mat, and we're just going to hold it there. Breathing in, breathing out. And lower back down. Good, so now we're going to come onto the other side. We want to make sure that you're nice and balanced. So we're going to start with your clam exercise again. So get yourself set up, feet together in line with your body. You're lengthening through that top hip to make sure you maintain a small curve in your waist. You're engaging those lower abdominal muscles. Feet together, breathing out as you lift, breathing in as you lower. So we're just focusing on the rotation of the hip, keeping your trunk nice and still, breathing out, breathing in. So you should feel it working in this muscle on the side of your hip, into your glutes. And then do one more. And relax down. Into your straight leg lift. So straightening that leg, look down. You shouldn't really be able to see much, just your leg in line with your body. And you're going to lift that leg straight up and down. So again, you want to feel it working into your glutes, not in your hip, not too much in your thigh. Maintaining that small curve in your waist. Keeping that head centered in the middle, core engaged. Really centering through that core. Remember to breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you lower. Doesn't matter if you're breathing in when I say breathe out or breathe out when I say breathe in. It's mainly just focusing on the fact that you are actually breathing and not holding your breath. And then come back to the middle. And last exercise, onto your side, lifting up through that shoulder blade, nice strong shoulder, feet together, knees together, engaging that core, and just lift up and hold. And relax down. Perfect. Right, so we've got 5 more minutes, so we're going to roll onto your hands and knees. So here we're going to find your neutral spine. So you've got your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders. You're going to arch your spine up and then drop down. And arch up and drop down. And then going just halfway, so you feel like your spine is in that neutral position. And then you're focusing on engaging through your center. So draw your navel up towards your spine, keeping that spine in a neutral position. Lift your chest so that your shoulders aren't dropping and drooping. You want to keep those shoulders nice and strong. And lift the head, so your head isn't dropped, your head is lifted in line with the rest of your spine. So here, engaging that core, we're just going to straighten your right leg back and come back to the middle, and then your left leg back and come back to the middle. Breathing out and breathing in, breathing out and breathing in. So here we want to maintain that neutral position and try not to twist. So you don't want to twist your body. You want to try and keep that back nice and straight. So imagine you've got a tray with champagne glasses filled to the top, resting on your back, and you don't want that to spill. And then you can now focus on lifting your arm, one arm, and then the other arm. Again, really focusing on nice strong shoulders, core engaged, breathing out as you lift, breathing in as you lower. One more. relax. Coming down onto your tummy now. So you're just going to rest your forehead on your hands. Again here we're going to focus on your glutes, so I want you to tuck your tailbone under to flatten your lower back slightly. Draw in through your core. You're just going to lift alternating legs straight up in the air. So resting your forehead on your hands, try and keep that length through your neck, elbows wide, shoulders down. And here, as you lift your leg, you want to avoid arching through your lower back. So here it's really important that you keep your core engaged and only lift your leg as high as feels comfortable to you without moving through your back too much. Good. Last exercise. Now we're going to have your arms by your side with your forehead resting on the floor. Relax through your shoulders. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw your shoulder blades down and back, lift the hands and hold. Keeping that core engaged, tucking that tailbone under. Relax your hands, relax your shoulders. So you're drawing those shoulder blades down and back, lift the hands. Keep that core engaged, squeeze your glutes slightly, lower your hands, lower your shoulders. So like I said in the foundational elements, imagine you're drawing your shoulder blade towards your opposite back pocket. So drawing those shoulders down and back, lift the hands, lower the hands, lower the shoulders. One more, really engaging that core. And relax there. Perfect. All right, so that's 20 minutes beginners Pilates class. I hope you've enjoyed it. Try that for a good few times to really feel like you're comfortable with the basic elements of Pilates, and then hopefully you can feel confident to build up to one of the intermediate classes. I hope you enjoyed it.